yeah, so that inflammation is there. As soon as I scroll to your mum's name, Elizabeth, inflammation to the liver, it just goes there straight away. I feel like I'm like laying or sitting in my own fluids. Does that make sense, Elizabeth? Like my mouth is dry, I feel like I haven't brushed my teeth in a while. Got a horrible taste coming up in my throat. She was hospitalised in the ICU. Yeah. So funny, like when I just read the hospitalised just before that, I'm getting a feeling where I've got an ICU or a cannula in my arm at the moment. Showing me in the right arm. Hey Helen, welcome. Thanks for subscribing. Just a quick mention too for the subscribers, which is you guys. There's a mediumship with Azura and my keys coming up in a week's time. So if you haven't already yet, make sure if you want to be a part of that, make sure you head over and inbox me your email address so that Azura can send out. It was her right arm at the time. Yeah, she's showing me. Yeah, emails. DM your email address so she can send through the Zoom link for that. Because the cutoff is Monday, if you guys want to be a part of it or not. Let's see, what else is she showing through? Did she have a moment where she was, I feel like, because all of a sudden I'm like upbeat and perky and alive and, you know, making improvements on my life. So she makes me feel that there was a stage where she went to rehab, and during that time everything seemed really good. It's like she feels energized, if that makes sense. Feels like there's so much clarity there in the mind as well. I feel like she was a completely different person. Or as she's showing me, she was trying to go and then live to her therapist to get out of it. Just trying to see what this is, because she makes me feel like she did some sort of a rehab there. And it feels like whatever she was doing was working for her. Does she have any back injuries at all? Because it's coming across to the top of the, like across the shoulder blades. There's like tightness there. Did she carry herself funny? Stiff in the upper back, if that makes sense. Shoulders feel a little bit rounded. That's okay. She's showing me something about pancreas too. So did she have diabetes or anything along those lines? I don't know if what she's showing me is liver and pancreas failure. Not being their strongest. She makes me feel like she had the knowledge of what she was doing was hurting her, but she continued anyway. I don't know whether she had back pain. She knew, yeah. Yeah, it's like she's kind of putting me in her body and she's going, it's like you could hear the thought process going, but I don't care, like I'm trying to block all this out, and she's going for the drink anyway. What was her drink of choice? Was it vodka? Tried to help so many times. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard when family members go through that because you want to do everything you can. Yeah, she showed me. She was like, I just looked at my water bottle and she's like, vodka. She tells me that she was like high functioning, but yet everybody else around her knew, so she didn't hide it as well as she thought she did. Oh, she wasn't high functioning? Or no, she wasn't. What do you mean? No, she wasn't. She wasn't good at hiding it. She's like showing me in those moments she thought she had everything under control, but it's the opposite. She's laughing about it now. I keep hearing stupid, stupid. She's calling herself stupid. How could I be so stupid? Did this start with from a relationship break? Is that when she started trying to self-soothe with alcohol? Difficult relationship? Sister and her had a fight. She wasn't high functioning or good at hiding it. The sister wouldn't talk to her. Okay, that's the relationship. Is your sister stubborn but very strong-willed as well? Yeah, I feel like it was like a perspective thing. I also, Mum's making me feel like no matter how, like making amends to that relationship would have never worked, if that makes sense. Like she's making me feel like she could have put the effort in, but it would have been for nothing, if that makes sense. Would they, she's showing me this, and I feel like they were, it's not coming to closeness. I feel like maybe they were too much alike with certain attitudes, which is why they were apart. So did they often have like little fights and little tiffs because they were so much alike? All of you were all stubborn and is that what you mean? Stubborn, very strong-willed? It's like two ends of a battery repelling each other. You know, the same ends, when you put them together, they repel each other. Always to be frank, yeah. She goes back into the heaviness again, so just bear with me while I see where she's leading me. She says she's going like this, so she went downhill fast. I feel like her body had reached its limit and everything was just downhill very quickly. I tried being close with Mum, but it was never worked. As well. Okay. Yep. Overnight, so that's how quick it was, yeah. Because she's like showing me like, you know, like falling downstairs type of, that's how quick it came. Do you know if she was complaining of head injuries at the time? Not head injuries, head pain at the time as well? I feel like probably because she found herself needing help and it was too much in there too. I feel like I'm going like this to try and ease the pain or stop the pain or reduce the pain. There's a lot of heaviness in there. Heaviness, cloudiness, the inability to think clearly and focus on anything that's going on around her. Was she, there's still a migraine medicine, okay, she had migraines, gotcha. Do you know if she was like convulsing? I feel like my body's jerking and I'm convulsing. Okay, your sister has epilepsy, okay. She may still be referencing your sister. Did your sister have an episode when your mum's health was declining? My mum and her were fighting about my sister's condition. Okay. Okay, so she's acknowledging that, okay? I've just got chills there. Because it's kind of clicked with you as well that she's acknowledging that. Cool, there's a lot of regret coming through. So she wants you guys to know that she wishes she could have done things better. There's so much heaviness and trying to get things off her chest. Did she ever call you girls, or either one of you, any one of you children, Sweet Pea? Maybe when you were younger, maybe pre-teens. Because I heard Sweet Pea come through before. So there's regret. You're her Sweet Pea. Okay. So she makes me feel like there's regret and shame as she looks back on her life. She is also not happy with the way that she treated people around her, and also how she tells me how she pushed people away as well. She tells me also that she had no control over her actions, or the words that came out of her mouth. And she also makes me feel like once the words were out, well, there was nothing I could do to take them back. Okay, so I feel her getting lighter already. So that's some of the things that she wanted to tell you guys. Who is, okay, verbally and physically abused, yep. Who is Buddy? Because I said, is there anything else you want me to tell her? As she mentions a Buddy. Is Buddy a dog? What is Buddy? Who is Buddy? Your brother. Is your brother passed as well? Or is your brother still alive? What's his nickname? He's alive, okay. Because I said, is there anything else you wanted me to tell you, Elizabeth? thought I heard I'm with Buddy. So let's just find out how she is with Buddy or around Buddy. Has Buddy recently had a child? Buddy, how are you around Buddy? We're hanging around her grandson. Yep. I feel like there's another young one there. How old is her grandson? Oh, and they are having a second baby. Are they not far off having the second baby? Because there's a little girl there. Oh, so they've only just found out. So, okay, well, don't be surprised if it's a little girl. No, not too far away. Okay, it's a girl. Yep, okay, gotcha. Yep. Okay, so she's around with that process. She's going like this though. She's got her hands up like this. She's like, but I'm not interfering. So she's making me feel like she's not stepping in, she's just watching. So she's making me feel like, before you think I'm like meddling, she's like, she's standing there like that, just stepping back, going, no, I'm not, I promise you. That's all she would like to say. If you have time, I'd like to see if my grandmother Patsy would come through. I'll write her name down as well, Cheryl. She meddled a lot. That's so you understand that statement though, because she was like straight away, like before I could say anything, she's like, I'm not getting involved. Grandmother. I've written her down too, Cheryl.